Hi everyone, in this video I want to show you how you can create this beautiful effect with kind of a glowy face, little bit of reflection, glitter, dynamic glitter with dynamic lighting. It's a really smooth and beautiful makeup beauty effect. And it's very simple to do. There are different elements here that I'm going to show you. But to create it, let's try to create it from scratch, but I'm just going to keep up the textures and materials instead of importing them all over again. So I'm going to show you how you can achieve this beautiful effect. And you can use it in your own project. And of course we can mix and match, change color, change things and parameters in order to achieve this. And there's various ways to achieve this. I'm just going to show you one way. In future videos I'm going to use other type of variations, but this is just one way that I did it. Alright, so I created here animation for the lighting. I'm gonna just hide it here. I'm gonna delete it completely. I'm gonna repeat it. We're gonna leave the lighting and gonna delete this face tracker. I'm gonna start from the beginning. We have only the face right now. So in order to do this, I need to add a face tracker first because we're dealing with the face, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna click Add Object, Face, choose Face Tracker, add it to the scene. Now Spark here I can trace the face. Now the first thing I want to do is to create the glitter effect. So I right click, add, and adding a face mesh. This will be for the glitter. I'm going to rename this one glitter. Now this is the default, what you see, the black and white squares are the default material. But I want to create my own material, so I need to override it. So I'm going to the right side. I need to make sure that glitter is tapped, it's blue, and then I'll go to the sidebar, the face mesh, glitter, and I'm gonna choose the material for this face mesh. Now you can create new, but I already have one. It's called Metro 15, but I'm actually gonna call it glitter. And I'm going to choose this one, this material, and I'm going to dive into this material so you can see how this effect actually was created. Choose glitter, immediately you can see the glitter effect. So to see what I've done inside there, we need to either tap the material or go to here, tap this one, the material here in the asset section. And then we're going to see all the properties here. Inside in the sidebar you see glitter, material. These are all the properties for the material which I can change and control to produce different type of effects. I'm using shader type standard, but as I said, you can use it with also physically based, but because physically based limits the reach of the filter, because it can only work with certain type of devices. I prefer using the standard, but I can also achieve the effect using physically based, and I can actually produce some really unique effects like that. But in this example I'm going to show you how you can do this with just shader type standard. Alright, so let's take a look at the material, the glitter material, see what's happening. Again, this is shader type standard. I'm using two things. The first thing is using color black because I'm using blend mode add, because just want the effects of the normal map, which are with affects the lighting, to and alongside the specular to be visible, and I don't want everything to be in a certain color. So if I change the color, everything will apply to the entire mass, as you can see, and that's not what I want. That's why I use blend mode add. I use in alpha, I actually use a texture that comes, this is available for download from Spark AR, which is this one, which is a white circle and kind of a gradual change between opaque and transparent, and this everything around the circle in this file is transparent, which when you use in the alpha channel, only the white color is visible, white color is visible, and other shades of white are visible, and transparent will be transparent. That's why I'm going to show it to you. That's why if I disable alpha, you can see we're going to have rough edges. You can see it here. Let me just you can see there are rough edges, and it will also be on the face. It's less visible now, but it will be visible. You can see rough edges. I don't want this. I don't want to look like a mask. plastic mask. So I want to blur it so it gradually dissolves into the skin, so it appears like part of the face. So what I do, I use this one. I'm going to enable it right now and just take a look here at this area. Actually, I'm going to pause it for you so you can see it. You see, rough edges. I'm going to use the alpha. Now it gradually, you see this area? So it blends beautifully with the face, so it can have a seamless part of the face. And it does this for all the areas. And it will appear naturally on the face once you use it, the user uses it. All right, so again, I use the normal map, which is here, glitter normal. I use it in the normal, and this creates alongside, if I disable spectra, you see that the lighting effect doesn't affect the texture, so I need to have it on. So, oh yeah, all right, so as you can see, I use a specular because I want the face to be lit in based on the lights that I actually use in the scene. I have several of them. I'm going to talk about it soon. And again, I can also decide the smoothness. Just take a look. I can decide the smoothness. It's 95, and this actually affects how the light is reflected. Now this is not what I want, as you can see, so I'm just playing with it. Make the face appear smoother. And eventually set something like 95 that looks what I want. So I can play with the decider and I can put 100, 95. You can play with it, and maybe you want a different effect, so you can do this as well. So again, using alpha mask, normal, the normal file, normal map file here, and use specular, black color. And now below, I can choose the opacity, and we just put the transparency of the entire material. Now I chose 32, but as you can see, I can change it. It will be more visible, you see. But I didn't like that, so I actually wanted it to, you see the black here, but it's not visible on the face, you see, because of the way, the blend, the add blend that we chose. So I actually reduce it to something that I feel that looks better. And I set up about something like that. It looks actually nice, natural, and blends well with the face. So these are actually the properties that I need to choose when I use the normal map, the glitter normal map, and I'm going to link to it in the description. You can download it yourself and use it, and quickly create this glitter effect. All right, we are not over yet, of course. So this is for the glitter, right? Now the second thing I'm going to do, add a smoothing effect, because the glitter looks really nice when you have kind of a smooth face. On my face it doesn't look right because of blemishes and stuff. So this will hide imperfections and make it, you know, because we are dealing with fine details. So if everything is kind of clear, it looks more prominent and nice. So what I'm going to do, right click, add another face mesh, call it retouching. Now I'm going to make sure it's clicked, go to the right side to the settings, and here I'm going to create, I don't need to create, actually I didn't create a material, yeah, I create material smooth, you see here. So I'm going to choose smooth, and now I'm going to show you what smooth does. I'm double clicking it, I'm going there, you see I chose shader type retouching, and this is the beautifying effect, the skin smoothing effect. I chose 73, you can choose it whatever you like. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is a smoothing, so the face will appear smoother, and it will be easier to see those little effects. Again, it depends on the skin of the user, but if you use it, it will smoothing out the face, and the effect will look even clearer. The other thing I want to do is to add a Beauty 3000 style kind of reflection. All right, we'll deal with the lighting in a moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another face mesh. I'm going to add another face mesh here, call that, let's call it reflection. Call it reflection. Glow, shorter. And I think this is the glow. Yeah, I'm going to rename it glow. I already have a material for this. So I'm going to choose the material here and choose glow, but it's not, still you can't see the reflection because there's one thing that I need to add is add asset. I need to add environment texture. You can choose one. Let's choose a grape here, import, done. And now you can close this window, and now this is an HDR file which is available now in the project, and I can use this. I have to use it here under environment. I'm going to talk about this in a second. So I need to choose texture. I'm going to choose this HDR file, and now I have this kind of glow effect to the face. You can see. Let's make it more prominent. Right now the opacity is 12. You can see. Let's say increase it for a second. You can clearly see the effect. See, it goes from here. This is for metallic, but I want to reduce the opacity. I'm reducing it. Just look now. More, about 17. What do you say? Maybe like this. Yeah, you can play with it whatever you like. So here I'm actually using a physically based material. Now again, physically based material is already can limit the reach of the filter. So sometimes if I just want to use glitter, I don't use this one, this type of effect. Or if I use it in a different way, which I'll talk about in later videos. But just for this demonstration, I'm going to use the physically based, so you can see how I can easily achieve this. So what I'm doing here, using white color. Now here I'm using the face mesh mask texture. Now remember this one, I use it in the alpha channel for the glitter to have this gradual seamless appearance with the face, with the skin. So here I'm actually using it. Let's go back. So here I don't have the alpha. You can see it's missing. Don't have the alpha option. So in order to make the effect work on this kind of area with this gradual edges, smooth edges, I'm using the face mesh as a base in white color. So this means that you won't have these sharp edges for the glow effect. I use metallic 100, roughness about 28%. You can change it and play with it, and use the environment. I can change the environment to something else to have a different color. Then this is actually apply a reflection. You see there's a reflection here. So reflection is not from the environment, but from this HDR file image. Sorry. So that's it. This is for this one, and this is actually gives it the glow. But now I want actually to have this animation, lighting animation. So what I did, I added two other lighting, directional lighting, these two. They're actually active now, but in order to make them kind of affect both the glow and the glitter, I want to animate them to achieve a really nice dynamic lighting effect. So to do this, what I'm doing, I'm going to the patch editor, and I already explained how to do this in other video for the Beauty of 3000 style effect, but I'm going to repeat it here as well. So I'm going to right click on the patch editor, edit transition, right click, add loop animation. Suddenly connected, I'm going to just disconnect it. I'm going to have two of them, two sets for each lighting. Control C, Control V. While selecting them, you select by just dragging with the left mouse button, holding, selecting Control C, Control V. I'm using Windows. And I'm connecting the progress of the loop animation to the transition. And what it does, it actually creates a progress in a certain duration that I decide ahead of time. So in this case, I can use, let's say, 4 seconds and 5 seconds. This means that there will be a number going from 0 to 1 over 4 seconds, and it will change the values here for each one of these XYZ values from this value to this value, from this value to this value, from this value to this value. Now, I want to affect the rotation of the lighting, the direct lights you can see here, 1 and 2, this one and this one. Doesn't matter where they're pointing now because I'm going to animate them with the values here. What I want to change is the rotation. So I'm going to the first light, going to the sidebar where I have the properties. Under rotation here I have this arrow because I want to change it using the patch editor. I click this arrow and now I'm can override the values. So what I'm going to do is input a value here and it will change those values dynamically in the patch editor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect it, this value to here. We're not over yet for this light. What we need to do is to rotate it. It's rotating very slightly. I want a full rotation 360 on the X and Y, so I put 360 here, 360 here, and now we have this rotation. For the Z, I don't need it, so I just can put 0, and we have 360 with this rotation. So the lighting effects already working and affecting both the glitter because you use specular and the glow. And I'm going to do the same thing for the second one. Go to the second one, click rotation, put it here. All right. Come on, I don't need to be perfect. And here I'm going to put slightly different values. So duration so they don't overlap. 5, we're going to put here minus 360 and minus 360 and 0 to the Z. And now we have 2 lighting. You see, this is the second one, this is the third one. They move in different directions, don't overlap, slightly different timings, and this creates this really nice, smooth and slow movement of light over the skin. We get closer. And you can change the values, make it faster, make it slower, depends on the duration. If I put just 1 here, see what happens. Lighting goes like this. But it doesn't fit, in my opinion, so I make it slower. Alright? So just keep in mind, because the way the lighting affects the specular highlights of the face in the glitter, so because there's another lighting, directional light, which just doesn't move, when user moves their face, it still will affect the glitter and the reflection in the glow in the face. That's why when it comes together, all together, it creates a beautiful dynamic glitter and glow effect. So yeah, so this is it. This is of course we can play with everything here. Let's do some experimentation, right, with you. So let's go to the light here, and instead of white, let's change the color to something else. You can use it this kind of bluish and gives it a purplish look. You can do it like this. Let's go to the second lighting and choose something else. Let's choose a color. Move it a bit. Yeah, kind of. You see, kind of cyan, light, very light blue. Yeah, let's keep it this way. It's like a painting, dynamic painting of the face. It looks nice. Really beautiful 3D makeup. Looks nice. Let's see what we can do. Another thing we can do. So we change the color. Let's go to the glow. Here, what we're going to do, let's change a bit the roughness. It's just 28. Now this is too much. You see, it's already not blending well. Let me see. Yeah. No, it's okay. I won't change this one. Oh, we can also change the environment. I want to show you how this affects the overall color of the glow in this mess. So I'm going to do add assets, go to environment texture. This window will open. I'm going to choose something else. Let's choose country at night. Import. import it, run it, close this window. It's added under the textures here. Then we're going to use it in the glow physically based material. Instead of the 7 grape here, I'm going to change it, click here and change to the country at night. And here you can see we get this kind of sunset like effect. So it actually blends well with the pink, and but you can play with it again whatever you like. I can play with opacity. Let's do it like this. You can see this is metallic, but we don't want it like this, so we can reduce it a bit, make it a bit more subtle. You can do this maybe like this. Yeah, nice. I can also make it a bit slower, maybe 6 and 5. I can also add more lighting if I want to. I can, you just can play with it until you get what you want. And there are many ways to play with this, many ways to achieve different type of effects. And in next videos, I'm going to show you different other types of normal maps to achieve different types of glitter effects that look different. But overall, it looks nice. And this is it. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to link to the glitter normal net file so you can use it in your own project and see how it works for you, and try to create it and get familiar with this, because you can start from this base and really do some really crazy and beautiful things. It looks different from this, but based on the same idea. All right, so this is it. Glitter effect, makeup effect for Sparkier in Sparkier Studio. Very simple to do. I hope you enjoy this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to get notified when I release new videos, make sure you press this bell button so you can get notified on YouTube. And follow me on Instagram, wowfilters.com, so you can check out my filters, and also my Facebook, wowfilters on Facebook. I'm active on almost all of them, of course, and then you can see new things that I'm doing, and I'm going to share it with you so you can do this as well. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.